Hello team, how you doing? It's Gary Bledsoe here. I wanted to send another video out to you because I feel like now it's time for me to use this video platform to be able to motivate you, to be able to give you the reasons why you need to do certain things, and then perhaps use our conference calls that we use weekly to be able to give you some more how-tos. Because I always say that if you know why to do something, you'll define the how-tos. And now when the how-tos present themselves, if you have the reason and the value why you need to do it, you'll go out and do it. But I want to talk to you about a book I've read years ago, and I've read this book numerous amount of times, and I recently read it again, and it's called The Science of Getting Rich. It's a very, very powerful book. It's by Wallace D. Wattles, and a lot of people have, actually the movie The Secret is based on this book, and I've told a lot of people to read this book, and the reason why is because it changed my life. Once I read it, and I read it again, and I read it again, I started to receive and understand how you need to, conduct yourself, how your thought patterns are very important within the world out here, and how it can lead to your success. A lot of people, when they see the word rich, they think of money, and it's not talking about just money. It's talking about how to be rich as a person, and the right that we have to be rich. Because when you do more, when you have more, you can do more for others. So I wanted to share one part of the book that really impacted me, and it was a very, very important part of the book. And it basically talks about the difference between the creative mind versus the competitive mind. And now when I say competitive mind, I don't mean friendly competition or anything like that. That's okay. It's good to have friendly competition. However, if you really set yourself in the competitive mindset, and it can be a very negative place to be. Now let me give you the reason. I'm going to break down the differences between both, based on a lot of what the book says, and based on a lot of what my life experience of what the things that I've ran into, and I saw that this book brought to life in my light in my life. Now, the competitive mind is a mind that sees limits. They always see that it's not enough. It's not going to have. It sees a lack of. And you can think of this in business. A lot of people that you may run into, may not understand the type of business that you're in, and they decide that they want to stay in a job. They decide that they want to, go their route of how they want to accumulate income. So they see, I can't do that. There's not enough people in the world for you to go out and recruit people. There's not enough people in the world for you to go out and do this and do that. You may run out of products. You may run out of inventory. See, they're in a competitive mindset, so they see limits. They see a lack of, and also they're governed by fear. Fear governs them because they feel like if I don't hurry up and do this, I'm going to wind up losing. If I don't hurry up and do that, this is going to happen, and I'm going to lose out on this, and I'm going to lose out on that. They're also governed by loss. Just like what I just said a few minutes ago, that they're governed by that. If they don't take action right away, that they're going to lose it, that it's gone. People that are in a competitive mindset, they usually rise to the top by hurting others. They ride off the back of other people. They advance in title, in life, in business by hurting others. Think of all the stuff that you heard in Wall Street, how one company comes in and acquires the other through force and sometime and through harsh negotiations and stuff like that. See, that's the competitive mindset. That one company saw a chance to take over another company so that they can grow instead of trying to find a way to help that company grow. See, also, the competitive mindset hates to see others advance. Usually you can tell a person who in a competitive mindset because whenever somebody else is doing something and it's working for them, you'll hear them say things like, you know what, that's going to work for now, but after a while it ain't going to work. See, they hate to see other people advance. And when I say that someone hates to see someone else advance, the reason why they feel like that is because if that person does advance, it takes the excuses away from them. It shows them that if they can do it, you know what? You can go out there and do it too. The competitive mindset doesn't like that. They don't want the excuses to be taken from them. They want to see that that these people can't achieve their goals. That the only way to achieve their goals is the way that they think that it should be done. A person in a competitive mindset is very untrusting. You have to watch your back around this person. You don't know what they're going to do. Even if it's a business, you have to watch your back around that type of business. They're very untrusting, very selfish. They only think about themselves. They only think about what they can gain, what is for them. They're very insecure. Insecurity basically means that they're so unsure about themselves that they are ready to put others down so that they can. It's sort of like misery loves company. They want you to feel the exact same way they do. So that's the competitive mindset. Also, the competitive mindset keeps things and keeps objects, keeps possessions without giving. They don't want to give to anyone else. If they are in a type of business, sort of like a network marketing business, they want to go and find all the leads for themselves, the prospects for themselves, and they don't want to share with their team. They want the glory to come to them. You can tell a person or a leader within a company that has a competitive mindset when they're constantly talking about themselves, and all you see is their glory and what type of checks they're getting and what type of things is happening in their life, instead of realizing that you would never have it in that type of business if it wasn't for the team. The same thing with customers. Whenever you know, I remember one time a while back when I was working at a college, and there was a situation where people wanted to go around. One of the staff wanted to go around and give tickets. We had the ability to give tickets to illegally parked students throughout the campus. Now, I understand enforcement, and I understand why it was good to do that. However, I chose a philosophy if I wasn't going to be a ticket writer. I didn't want to do that because these kids pay my salary. Their tuition to the school pays my salary so I can still stay employed. So why would I want to make a negative stigma about the college of people saying something like this? You know what? You don't really want to go there because if you just park a little bit out of place, they'll give you a ticket. If you're over a certain line, see, that's exactly what happens. They want everything to themselves. They want all the glory without giving to others, not understanding that they should give. They follow their doubt. They have a lot of doubts. Competitive mindset have doubts. They see limits. Like I said, they see the lack of, so they'll doubt anything. They won't. It has to actually be in front of them for them to go ahead on it and act upon it. And last but not least, they want things, but they're not willing to work for it. How many people you know that want something and always saying, I want this and I want that and I want this and I want... But when you tell them, okay, well, let's formulate a game plan. Let's see how we can go out there and do it. And then let's put some massive action behind it so that way we can obtain what it is that you want. And guess what happens? They're not willing to do that part. They're not willing to plan. They're not willing to do anything. So they're in a competitive mindset. They want it to be given to them, and they want all the glory for it. See, the best mind you need to get into is the mindset of being a creative mindset. Be a creator instead of a competitor. A creator basically sees limitless. They see the limitless. They know that when one blade of grass dies, two blades of grass grows in its place. They see that there's an abundance. They don't feel like, you know what, if I go into business for myself, I'm not going to be able to obtain customers. There are hundreds and thousands, millions of customers out there. I just have to find a way to tap into it. I have to think in an unlimited way to be able to tap into that market to get out there. They're governed by faith. They believe that things are going to happen. They're governed by knowing that things, if they have faith enough, that things will come to pass. And if they go out there and know what they want and they put massive action behind it and believe that these things will happen, they're governed by knowing that he or she will receive. They know that they will receive. See, the creative mind is able to tap into what I call the universal mind, which I call as God. And once you're able to tap into that, the universe, God, responds to what you want, and it responds to your actions, it responds to your belief, and it produces. It may find ways. You may run into something that you least expected, and all of a sudden that something you ran into, or that message you ran into from someone that you least expected, was a message you need to hear that can help you grow yourself, help you grow your business. The creative mind is the type of mind that sees possibilities. They believe that things are going to happen. They know that things are going to happen. If they do what they're supposed to do, they know that eventually it will pay off. They understand a slight edge, that a little bit over a long period of time will compound out and they'll be able to get what they want. Also, they rise and advance in life by helping others. They understand the concept of, if you help enough people get what they want, then you can have what you want. And you will get what you want. See, they understand that. A person in creative mindset, they know that if they help a lot of people achieve something, that they may not get what that person achieved from that person. They may not get what they want, from that person. But it will come to them in due time, because that's the way the laws of the universe work. And that's how it is. They love to see others advance. They love to see, even friendly competition people. They love to see them advance. You've ever watched a boxing match or a sports match and there was a little mishap or something that took place? The real sportsman is the one that's humbly said, I'm sorry, I threw a punch too low, or I did something, I headbutted in the wrong way. That's the type of person that loves to be, that's in the creative mind. They want to see that person still grow and still do what they have to do. However, they're still going to try to win the match because of friendly competition. Also, they are very trusting, very honest. You can ask them and they will genuinely tell you exactly what they feel and what's going to happen. They're not going to lie to you. They're going to tell you the truth because they understand that there's an abundance in the world and that everybody can get a piece of the pie. That's why the creative mind is the best place to be. They're very unselfish, willing to give. You ever saw a person that you know, that you talk to, you've been around, and you can just feel an aura of confidence coming out of them? This person has been able to tap into their creative mindset. They're confident. They're not insecure. They're not worried and see lack and limits. They're very confident. They also give very easily. They'll give you whatever they can if they can give it to you. They never doubt. They never fear. They never show doubt. They never show fear. They never show frustration. And if they do, they won't let you see it. It will never be on the surface of them because they know that if whatever they project out into the world, it will come back to them. Also, they want, but they're willing to work. They know exactly what they want. They're willing to take massive action towards it, and then they're ready to believe along the way because they have tapped into the creative mind, which has tapped into the universal mind, and that has tapped, which is called God. And once you get like that, once you know that this will happen for you, and you're in the creative mind, you'll be able to be successful in anything you do. See, the first step of tapping into the creative mindset is to control your thoughts. Once you control your thoughts and you project them in a way that taps into the creative mind by being positive and seeing possibilities and limitless, then you'll be able to receive what you want. Things will happen for you that you least expected. So once again, make sure you go out and you get this book, The Science of Getting Rich. It's a powerful book. This is where the movie The Secret originally came from. So make sure you go and do that, and then you tap into the creative mind and not the competitive mind. Thank you.